please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You know what it is, Truth Nation? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
The best way to start your day. Cutting through the noise and bringing you the real stories behind the headlines.
Talk to someone about how you feel. Do not internalize it. Do not consume it. You deserve to be heard.
It's time to wake up with Milwaukee's favorite morning show.
It's not just we canceled it, it's over, it's a done deal. Shouldn't be that way. That program still should proceed no matter how a few may go.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee.
Telly, where are all the watch parties? Where the brothers gonna be? I just want to see what she was gonna do.
This is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Here are your hosts, the effective communication coach Denise Thomas and two-time Emmy Award winner Telly Hughes.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's already Wednesday. We're almost there. It's hump day. It is Wednesday, and I believe this is June 26th. Am I right, Telly?
You are correct.
All right, wonderful. All right, so it's June 26th. Good morning, Telly.
Good morning, DT.
You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Before we get into it, because there are so many topics that we have today to discuss. Good morning, Ricky.
Morning, crew. What it do?
We are here in the building, so let's get right into it.
Wait, hold on, DT. We got one more. It's Wednesday. We got Tony Smith in the building.
Well, good morning, Tony.
Good morning.
I didn't see him.
I'm hiding over
Yeah, I
there.
didn't see him.
I'm hiding off camera.
All right.
I didn't take a shower.
Well, good morning, Tony. We've got Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith in the building. Good morning.
What's going on?
Well, what's going on is a lot, and let's just go ahead and get into it because we have so many hot topics to bring to you today. And because Telly and I will both be on assignment tomorrow, we're going to give you a jam-packed show today. Hot topics, truth or dare, truth swiping, and we got Tony Smith in the building. So let's get to it. All right. The most recent episode in MPS and the Restless.
Ricky, you're supposed to have the music going, man. It gives
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah,
like,
that gives it that effect, man, because
right.
It truly is another episode of MPS and the Restless.
All right, so let's get started because we definitely have a lot of perspectives in the building. Plus, we want to hear from you. 833-212-1017. In the most recent episode of MPS and the Restless, former MPS board member who resigned, Aisha Carr, has been charged with 2 felonies of misconduct in public office and theft, false representation. Now, the criminal complaint states that Aisha Carr falsified records to make it appear she lived in the district she represented and is charged with theft by fraud because she was paid for the position when she wasn't eligible. Now, Aisha Carr was elected in April 2021. She resigned on May 1st, 2024. And when she took office back in 2021, she was elected to serve the Milwaukee Public Schools Board for District 4. The same day, the Department of Transportation records show and the criminal complaint states that she obtained a Wisconsin driver's license showing an address near North 22nd and West Brown Street The complaint states that she provided that information to MPS as proof that she moved into her district. So Telly and Tony, basically, as you may or may not know, in Wisconsin, the state law requires MPS board members to live in the district they represent due to Milwaukee being classified as a, quote, first-class city. So again, Aisha Carr has been charged for theft based on fraud, misconduct in public office, and false representation.
Yeah, when Aisha Carr abruptly resigned, there was a lot of questions because people felt like she was a champion amongst, and fought for the kids in the district. But and that still may be true, that she definitely had the kids' best interest at heart, but at the end of the day, you have to follow the guidelines. You have to follow the rules that are in place. If you, like you said, it is the law that you live in the district that you represent. And regardless of what you're doing, you have to abide by those rules. And she failed to do that. Well, at least the investigation that they have uncovered has indicated that she has. But
now they decided to investigate finally.
Well, yeah. Well,
just put that on your resume. Oh yeah, I live over here, and nobody checks it out.
No, when she was elected in 2021, she said that she was going to move into the district, and then there was kind of probably use somebody else's address until she decided to move over there, but there's no proof that she has technically lived over there for any sustained amount of time. So my opinion is, see, that's the thing. When you speak out, people are going to come and check what you got going on. And once she spoke out about the referendum and her displeasure with it, then it seemed like the target eventually got on her. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But it clearly shows that there was more to it than what we knew at first, and hopefully it works out.
Tony,
for her.
Yeah,
Tony, your thoughts?
Yeah, much of what Telly said. Like, I don't know why. Like, if you're getting into this kind of position, and you know that there's going to be a lot of scrutiny involved with your position, that you probably know people are going to be checking up on you. They're going to be looking for something, especially when you start not to do the job that they want done. Now they're going to start investigating you and checking out all your details. And for her to try to, do this and then the job's not getting done, it's just I don't know. I don't understand people cutting corners, so I don't get it.
Would you like for me to give you my reaction?
Yeah,
sure.
MPS, you got a lot of nerve. You got a lot of nerve coming for Aisha Carr. She took this office. Could you tell I was ready? I'm like, go ahead, Tony and Telly. MPS, you got a lot of nerve, because when she took office on April 26th of 2021, now I agree with both you, Tony and Telly. Rules are rules. Obviously, I don't like rules. I think they anyway. But I do believe in certain situations where you do have to follow them, and you definitely have to follow the law. However, you want to talk about throwing stones from a glass house? MPS, really? First of all, she took office in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to file a criminal charge 3 years later, over 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this lady was serving in a district that she didn't live in. You knew that, because, correct me if I'm wrong, if it's one thing to have rules and protocol, Tony and Telly, you tell me one employer that has a rule where you have to live in the city or the district of the city that you serve, and don't check that on day one. I'll wait.
Yeah, that would
so
definitely be, yeah.
Yeah. So as much as y'all are saying that rules are rules and she shouldn't cut corners and I totally agree that rules are rules that you should be followed. But MPS has a lot of nerve, because while you're talking about Aisha Carr, and by the way, I have yet to hear one parent of a student that was in District 4 where Aisha Carr served, I have yet to hear one parent complain. If anything, they said that she was great. She was involved. She was engaged. She communicated. So now you've got a school district that is throwing stones from a glass house. You couldn't even turn in your homework on time.
Look,
how you gonna come for Aisha Carr and you couldn't even turn your homework on time? You were giving money to schools that were clearly not in need of money, and now we have both the federal and state that have suspended programs, that have suspended funds, and now you want to be refined and talk about following rules. Man, get out of here.
If you really want to dumb it down, let's just say what it is. What it is was, it was cool while she was doing whatever she was doing until she spoke about the referendum, which they explicitly told everyone in the district to not speak out publicly about this referendum. She did it anyway, and then all of a sudden, bam, there's investigation. So that's what it is. Let's just be real.
You see what I had to do, Truth Nation? Because I love how Tony and Telly, they came here, yes, and rules should be followed. Man, we're talking about MPS. What rules have MPS followed? Which is what got us in this mess. And we want to talk about Aisha Carr, who, by the way, I have yet to hear any parent or student that resides in District 4 have any complaints about Aisha Carr. And now you want to get refined and talk about her when we're in this mess that's way bigger and beyond her?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, but of course, that's a way to deflect. It's a way to not put it on the people that should be accountable and responsible for where this district is right now.
If you're not getting in line, Aisha, we're going to have to come and investigate.
Yeah. Because she knew what was going on. That's the thing. She's like, how am I going to sit up here and support a referendum and knowing that this school district is not right? And so, and how dare you tell me that I can't say anything about it? So that's where everything started, when she opened her mouth about how she felt about that referendum.
She should have moved before she said that, though.
Well,
just be in the right. How about here?
Well, you know what?
Eyes dotted.
If we're going to do the whole she shoulda, woulda, coulda, then let's start with the board. Let's start with the superintendent. You know, it can't just be isolated to one person, because to Telly's point, you're deflecting. And whether Aisha Carr lived in a district, lived outside the district that she served, the position that MPS is in now is way bigger than what Aisha Carr did. I'm not condoning breaking the rules. I get it. But you knew she was living outside of the district for 3 years. So say that. Mm-hmm. Say, look, you made us mad. You started talking too much, and so we had this in our back pocket, and we pulled it out 3.5 years later. Also, we pulled it out because, as a matter of fact, this is what we call deflection. And so while, we got all this mess going on over here on the left side, we're going to wave over here on the right side so you'll focus on Aisha Carr. And as a black woman, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not going to sit here in this chair and report to our valued listeners this news and not be reminded that, number one, the issue at hand is way bigger than Aisha Carr saying things that she was charged with theft. I mean, when you first read that, you're thinking, man, did she steal money or did she misallocate? No, she is charged with theft by fraud because she lived in a different district, which you knew about MPS way before you reported it. So this, again, is just another indication of how messy MPS is.
Hey.
Period.
Yeah. It where they are, it wasn't because everything was clean. It is a mess. We just finding out how big of a mess it is.
Yeah, that's just what this report just shows me, that y'all continue to be messy. When we come back from break, we got to take a break. 833-212-1017. How do you feel about Aisha Carr being charged with 2 felonies of misconduct in public office and theft, false representation, over 3 years after they knew that she did not live in the district of which she represented? MPS, another episode in MPS and the Restless. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. We've got guest host Tony Smith in the building. We will be back.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's that time, Milwaukee.
Summerfest is finally here.
Come and enjoy the world's largest music festival this Thursday through Saturday this week.
Many of music's top artists will be coming to Summerfest, and not only can you see great music performances, but you can also watch us do Jam with Juice live from Summerfest noon to 1 on Thursday and Friday.
That's right. It's lit, y'all, so don't miss out on all the fun at Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Get your tickets now at summerfest.com.
You know one thing about Biden?
Here you go again.
When he makes a promise, he keeps it.
Okay, like what?
He got us out of the pandemic, got the country back on its feet.
Okay, sure.
And when all that recovery money was getting spent, Biden made sure that black businesses and communities got our fair share.
So, man?
That's a promise made and a promise kept.
Okay, but what else?
New roads, new bridges, high-speed internet, even out in the country where your brother lives.
Yeah.
Lower health insurance rates. Didn't your premiums go down?
Uh-huh.
That's another Biden promise kept.
Looks like it.
My mom's medication costs less. Your cousin's insulin is now only $35.
Okay, but what about jobs, building wealth?
Under Biden, the number of new black small businesses is booming, and black unemployment hit a record low. See? That's another...
Okay, I get it. Promise made, promise kept. I can see that now.
Told you. Biden and Harris are getting the job done for us.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
This is Telly Hughes for Educators Credit Union, where I am a member. Do you dream of owning a home? Educators Credit Union is by your side with better rates, lower fees, and award-winning member services to help turn your dreams into reality. Join one of their free home buying webinars throughout this summer to learn about the benefits of buying a home, home ownership grants, loan options, and so much more. Visit their website at ecu.com to reserve your virtual seat. Educators Credit Union is an equal housing lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know whether it's a new home or a new car. You've worked hard to achieve your dreams, and we work hard to protect them so you can enjoy the utmost peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, violence is a problem that affects us all, but together we can make a difference. The award-winning 1017 The Truth wants to ignite positive change and bring awareness to the senseless violence occurring in our community. This is why we are hosting our second annual Truth Walk Against Violence, led by Tori Lowe on Saturday, July 20th, from Victory Over Violence Park down MLK Drive right to our studio at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Over the next month, Tori Lowe will be speaking with community leaders about how we can better provide resources and work as a community to rise up against violence. If you want to join the fight to stop violence, go to 1017thetruth.com right now to sign up for our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 20th.
And at Old National Bank, they know there is nothing small about keeping up a small business. That's why they've developed their empowerment loan program to help give people of color and women-owned businesses equal access to funds up to $5 million. This substantial commitment shows that Old National Bank truly believes that every small business deserves the opportunity to change their community in a big way. Learn more today by visiting oldnational.com/empowerment loan Old National Bank, get old. All loans are subject to credit approval. Minimum loan amount, $25,000. Additional program qualifications or restrictions may apply. For full details, contact an Old National Bank small business banker. Now, before break, we were talking about former MPS board member Aisha Carr, who resigned back in April. She resigned on May 1st, 2024. Well, as of yesterday, MPS has charged Aisha Carr with misconduct and theft, claiming in the criminal complaint that she falsified records to make it appear that she lived in the district she represented, and is charged with theft by fraud because she wasn't paid for the position when she wasn't eligible. She was paid for the position where she wasn't eligible. Good morning, Al. You were live with DT and Telly. What is your question or comment?
My comment is what's going on is way bigger than Miss Carter. MPS been Carr. I know it was Carr. My bad. MPS been stealing and having issues way before this, so I don't understand how they're going to be trying to charge her with anything, because even when they had Carter's Elementary, which is nothing but a baby project now today, they had sticky fingers. So I don't know how those heifers could say anything about any standards or any theft when they've been the ones taking out the pot since day one. See, that's what happens when you are no good colored. And so now there should be charges against the whole board of MPS. So they can't just put it on her, because a lot of them probably did even worse. But they're trying to use her as an example. And what I don't understand is why there ain't no charges going against the people sitting on the school board like Posley. Everybody know he was no good anyway, along with the rest of everybody who's quit, and why they're still walking around here with pensions. Because I smell dookie, don't you? Have a great morning.
Wait a minute. I was like,
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Wow.
Now that's what you call a throwback.
Yes, it did. Well, he was right on line with colored. So,
oh, wow.
I don't even know how to respond. Tony, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts in terms of what Al had mentioned? Because again, I know earlier, both you and Telly, which again, I completely agree with. I mean, when you work for, in a normal setting, when you work for the largest school district in your state, you would think, yes, this is a highly visible, critical position.
Correct.
Let me abide by the rules.
Yep.
I get it, but we ain't talking about that. We're talking about a school district that has been messy. And this clearly is, it's like, okay, you want to talk and run your mouth? Well, we got something in our back pocket we've been holding on to. Boom, there it is.
Right. And
so
I think,
how do you feel?
Yeah, I just think that, so obviously being in the situation, like if we were her, like, it's a different thing, right? We're talking outside, we're looking in, like, so we can say stuff like, okay, listen, just, dot your I's, cross your T's, get everything right. No problem, right? I'm in a highly visible position. I am going to be vulnerable to a lot of scrutiny. If things don't go the way they should, I'm going to be getting checked and double checked. People are going to be looking for stuff, right? They're going to be looking for stuff. So that's how I would say, like, if you're in that position, you got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared for people coming after you and trying to look for stuff. So all this technical stuff, I'm gonna get that right. I'm gonna live where I'm supposed to live. I'm gonna do all this other stuff I'm supposed to do. So they're not gonna be able to critique that. They're gonna be able to critique maybe the job I've done because they don't like it. So that's why I said what I said before. Just, hey, do what you're supposed to do right, so they don't have that. So you take that card out of their back pocket. Then they want to be mad about you spoke out against the referendum when you weren't supposed to. Okay, you can be mad about that, but you ain't gonna go back in here on the back door and be like, oh, well, she don't live where she's supposed to live. Like, that ain't even the point.
Sounds like it's pretty petty over there.
But, right. And we can look at any industry. This is what companies and businesses do to employees that don't do what they want them to do. Like, if you don't get in line, so to speak, oh, okay,
we're gonna make it uncomfortable for you.
And we let you get away with it because we didn't really care. We don't really care now, but we're gonna use it because we can.
Yeah,
and that's just what they did.
We care, but you were actually doing your job. Because again, all the parents that I've heard from have given her nothing but praise and appreciation.
Yeah. On our True Talking text line, Draco has been hitting us up. And Denise, you mentioned it earlier about living where you work, and there's very few jobs that still require that. I do recall, I'm not sure if that's still the case, but it was where police officers, pretty much any city worker had to live in the city that they worked in. And Draco hit us up on our True Talking text line and said, no white cop live in 53206. Again, not sure if that still applies, but Draco came back and hit us with another one and said, also, how come Bob Donovan not charged? We all know he don't live in District 4. Hey, again, we would have to look at some of the rules, but I know back in the day it used to be that way. Not sure if it's still that way now.
What bothers me the most about this is charging someone criminally, a criminal complaint, charging Aisha Carr
felonies,
with misconduct and theft.
Yes,
that's very serious.
Yes,
and like if MPS had a 90% or above graduation rate. Teachers and students were thriving. Programs were being operating at the best capacity, the best ability. And this was a headline that we read. I might be like, man, as you and Tony had stated earlier, man, Miss Carr, if you would have just followed the rules, but that's not the situation that we're in.
Yeah.
Like you literally have, and this is such a serious charge, and for MPS to make this charge, to me it just screams you got mad because she told her truth. And her truth that she told, her intention was only to be of good leadership and servant leadership to her community, of which she did serve in District 4. And again, MPS, you got a lot of nerve. Because, see, that's the problem that I have. I can't take advice from people who aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. And I've said that to you, Telly. I cannot accept direction, coaching, mentoring, direction, punishment from people who are throwing stones from a glass house, especially in this type of situation. MPS, have a seat.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to get into the names that have been shared of those who are now are up for the new superintendent for MPS. So the MPS school directors held a special meeting last night. At the end of the meeting, the board sent a news release naming their finalists for the position of superintendent. We're going to share those names with you.
Interim superintendent. Let's be clear. Interim. Yeah. This ain't gonna be the permanent one. This is the Band-Aid, which we talked about before. Still don't understand why you have an acting one. Now you need an interim one until you get a real one. Why don't you just do the search now? But we'll get into that after the break, of course.
We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Telly Hughes with his truth.
How many times have we been told perception is reality? Look, I'm not here to dispute that, but as true as that statement is, it couldn't be further from the truth when it comes to social media. The way we perceive something or somebody on social media is typically nowhere near how things are in their real lives. Unfortunately, identifying the difference between people's online life versus their real lives gets compromised because people want it to be real, and that's okay. What's not okay is people trying to live up to these fictitious lives that's being presented and getting thousands of likes. You often see posts of people on vacation with the caption, "Living my best life," or "So-and-so doesn't owe me anything." Again, nothing wrong with that, but I wish people would view social media like they do SportsCenter. On those type of sports shows, they only show the highlights of the game. Highlights. On social media, you're only seeing the highlights of people's lives because you probably won't get many likes on a post that shows you stressing over having more bills than money and trying to figure it out. The point is, don't get caught up trying to live up to something that isn't even real. Influencers are going to influence, and some have made a hefty living doing so. But happiness isn't a one-size-fit-all contraption. Create your own happiness. Plan out how you're going to obtain it, and then protect it the same way you would guard your most prized possession.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
An unsuspecting driver at a gas station in Wisconsin.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Great.
Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
I never wear my seatbelt.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him real good.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Donald driver. It takes 1 second to strap a seatbelt on. Well, let's do this. Let's do it together. Now, don't that feel better?
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways.
And I should have recognized your voice when you're harassing.
I'm watching you.
Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Don't miss your chance to attend Direct Supply's 2024 Senior Fest Day at Summerfest on July 5th. Join Direct Supply from 12 to 4 p.m. at the Direct Supply Expo area located at the Southgate and enjoy a day filled with fun. There's free admission for anyone 60 and over, free wheelchair rentals while available, $2 off food and select non-alcoholic beverages, and senior-focused resource booths, music, and more. To learn more about their community impact, go to directsupply.com/about/community-involvement.
We do still have a little bit of a backup now coming out of the Mitchell interchange on 894 westbound heading towards Forest Home with that construction delay. So be careful with that. Northbound 94 right about at Rawson, we got a broken down vehicle. This is on the left shoulder, so it's in a little bit of a weird spot. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. Northbound 43, we do have some delays basically from Center Street all the way up to Keefe. And then on eastbound 94, slowing down through the Stadium interchange to about 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, morning isolated showers, then mostly cloudy, turning mostly clear throughout the day, a high of 80. Tonight, mostly clear and cooler, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers are now in a 3-game winning streak after their 3-1 win at home, beating the Texas Rangers on Tuesday. They're back in action this Wednesday afternoon as first pitch is scheduled for 1:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 12:35. Brewers still currently sit at first place in the division with a 5.5-game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. And finally, over in the NBA, starting with the 2024 NBA Draft as it kicks off this Wednesday at 7 o'clock as the Bucks hold the 23rd pick in the NBA Draft. And the New York Knicks made a splash by trading 5 first-round picks and Bojan Bogdanovic for Nets wing Mikal Bridges on Tuesday night. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good morning, Truth Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. We so appreciate you. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. We got special guest co-host in the building, Marquette Basketball Hall of Famer Tony Smith. Man, we got so many hot topics to discuss. We've already started with MPS. Yes, another episode in MPS in the Restless. We were talking about former MPS board member Aisha Carr, who has been charged with misconduct and theft because she was paid for the board position when she wasn't eligible based on the district that she didn't live in. Now, to summarize, again, this to me clearly is a matter of throwing stones from a glass house. MPS, have a seat. Have a seat. Are you really accusing this woman after you knew from day one, and then you wait, that it continues to be mess? Now, in additional news regarding the
DT,
MPS.
Let me ask y'all a quick question. If I file my taxes and I say, hey, I'm owed $2 million and the government pays me, whose fault is that? It's the government fault for checking usually, right? Don't they check and come kind of?
Yes.
Yeah, they say, no, you don't. Not. So just because she, how are they saying theft? Like, you authorized the payments.
Yeah.
Y'all the one should be doing fraud. You should have never paid her.
Great point.
Look,
great analogy.
You got the mic. I'm not saying nothing. Keep talking.
No, that was a great analogy.
I don't understand how you mad at her. You the one authorized the payments. Y'all didn't check if you're supposed to, if she's eligible to get them.
Right.
Like, I don't ever remember getting any benefits that they didn't double check and triple check that I was eligible for.
That is very true. And she never went in with a mask and demanded money or anything.
She did the whole time.
They paid her.
At any point, you could have checked.
Yes.
Ricky, you may want to hit the special record button based on what I'm about to say. Tony, I love you.
We'll clip that one.
No,
please.
because seriously, because I and this is just an op-ed really quick. This is Black Talk Radio, and this is the first time in a long time where you have a station that's going to give you live consecutive, Black perspectives across all different types of topics. And, this is the first time that I've had an experience of where not only have I been able to share my thoughts as well as hear others, but for me as a Black woman, here we go again. Here we go again, where we're going to use the Black woman as the scapegoat and, talk about bending rules. Are you kidding me? Where no one has said that about Keith Posley. When he resigned, he talked about, what was the word that he used, Telly? This has been such a it was a crazy word that he used. It was like this was
something like,
it's been an honor.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was like I'm elated. Something like I'm elated. Oh yeah, it was like I'm elated about the time that I've had with the MPS and it's like nobody said anything about his, even when he would go on certain local news outlets. No one would criticize or say anything publicly or to the degree of charging him with criminal accounts. And now Aisha Carr, who resigned, as of May 1st, who basically told the public, don't vote yes.
Yeah.
Which apparently, and so all these things, and now you want to make her, the Black woman who falsified. No, look. Tony, as you mentioned, you knew from day one. You paid her, which, by the way, how much money do school board directors?
Like $16,000 to $18,000 a year, something like that.
Okay, so we're talking literally $8 to $9 a year, $8 to $9 per hour. And I guarantee you, she put in way more time than she got paid for. And here it is, Dr. Keith Posley. After being the superintendent and not being able to turn your homework in on time, i.e. the financial documents, and getting $160,000, we ain't gonna come for the sister. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate the fact that we have this type of platform to remind people that we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, on our YouTube message board, DT, we were talking about one of the biggest reasons why she was charged was because she did not live in District 4, the district she represented. But on our YouTube message board, Howard says the residence rules changed under Scott Walker for fire, police, and city workers. Okay. And as far as public officials, not sure. So there you have it. You have very few industries or professions where you have to live exactly where you work, and clearly MPS is one of those when in terms of working on the school board.
As far as I'm concerned, as far as the MPS, based on the state of the MPS right now, I don't feel like you need to live in a MPS school district, but I definitely believe that your kids should be going to an MPS school. If you work for MPS, within the administration, the school board of directors. I think that your kids, I feel strongly that your kids should
I like that.
go to this. Yeah. Because you're invested.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy for you for you to do what you've done if your kids are going to private school or going to some, surrounding suburb school.
Yeah, it don't hit the same when you're impacting your own kids. It's like,
I completely agree. Yeah. I think that should be the rule. I'm not concerned whether or not you live.
Let's vote that in
a district. Just make sure your kids go there as well.
That is.
Because for a long time, I'm not going to say his name, but there was a certain very well-known black leader who he is known all across the world.
Say his name, say his name.
Who sent his children to private school.
Say his name, say his name.
I'll give you the initials. No, I'm not.
Somebody might know out
he's
there.
He's not in a good state right now.
Okay.
DT's put out a riddle. Can anybody solve it on the talk?
I've given you major clues. He's a black leader. He's known all around the world. He's not in the best physical or mental condition. And I actually have huge respect for them overall, especially one of his sons. So I'm not going to say his name, but if you are an advocate of public school education,
you will know.
And I was going to say, if you're an advocate of public school education and you are serving a public school district, at minimum, your kids should also be attending school within that, administration. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be talking about you love public school and you got your kids going to a school name that begins with Saint. That's all I'm saying. Or Memorial. How do y'all feel about that?
It definitely, like Tony said, for me, I feel like it definitely hits home when your own children are being impacted by the things and decisions that you're making for hundreds of thousands of other children. And you are going to think of them, and I mean, you're going to think of all these other children in the way that you think of your own child if it's going to impact them. So I do agree that there should be more invested interest in it besides you just sitting on a board.
Yeah, it's the same concept I was saying before. Like when you're in a vacuum, we can sit here and say, oh, yes, so-and-so should have did this, should have did that. I ain't in it. But now you in it. If your kids go there, I got to vote on this thing. Oh, hold on a second.
You're going to pay attention.
Yeah, let me see how that's going to affect my kid. 'Cause that's the first thing you're going to do. I mean, I used to see it in AAU basketball all the time. Like I used to tell, like, when I'm running the whole program, right? So I don't have a kid in the program playing on one team. I'm not even coaching one team. I'm trying to manage all 10 teams. And these parents come to you with their own individual needs and concerns. And I'm like, why can't we be concerned about one kid on one of 10 teams?
Yeah.
I'm concerned with everybody. So.
Right.
But they had their specifics. So get them kids in there and then see if you make the same decision. I'm curious. I guarantee there'll be some different decisions being made.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree. Different decisions being made. When we come back from break, we've got some new updates regarding the Republican National Convention that will be hosted here in Milwaukee beginning July 15th. They're already setting up shop. You're going to see some major cosmetic changes in the downtown Milwaukee area. And we're also going to give you some updates in terms of, again, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. This is truth be told. Downtown is going to be a hot mess to get around. So we want to give you some updates in terms of what the RNC as well as the Milwaukee Host Committee has shared with the news, and we're going to pass it on to you. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told, with DT and Telly, co-host Tony Smith in the building. We will be back.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Noni Juice, and I want y'all to tune into The Truth this Saturday at 11 a.m. for another episode of More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin. I will be joined by reproductive justice advocates, and we will have an in-depth discussion about reproductive justice and Black maternal health. So again, that is More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin, this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
You know one thing about Biden?
Here you go again.
When he makes a promise, he keeps it.
Okay, like what?
He got us out of the pandemic, got the country back on its feet.
Okay, sure.
And when all that recovery money was getting spent, Biden made sure that black businesses and communities got our fair share.
So, man?
That's a promise made and a promise kept.
Okay, but what else?
New roads, new bridges, high-speed internet, even out in the country where your brother lives.
Yeah.
Lower health insurance rates. Didn't your premiums go down?
Uh-huh.
That's another Biden promise kept.
Looks like it.
My mom's medication costs less. Your cousin's insulin is now only $35.
Okay, but what about jobs, building wealth?
Under Biden, the number of new black small businesses is booming, and black unemployment hit a record low. See? That's another...
Okay, I get it. Promise made, promise kept. I can see that now.
Told you. Biden and Harris are getting the job done for us.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
This is Telly Hughes for Educators Credit Union, where I am a member. Do you dream of owning a home? Educators Credit Union is by your side with better rates, lower fees, and award-winning member services to help turn your dreams into reality. Join one of their free home buying webinars throughout this summer to learn about the benefits of buying a home, home ownership grants, loan options, and so much more. Visit their website at ecu.com to reserve your virtual seat. Educators Credit Union is an equal housing lender.
Heard at work? If you or someone you know has been injured on the job, they may be eligible for workers' compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, job retraining, and even a lump sum cash settlement. I'm attorney Alex Eichhorn, partner and workers' compensation attorney at Tabak Law. The workers' compensation system can be complicated and frustrating to navigate. At Tabak Law, we have helped hundreds of injured workers. Contact Tabak Law to set up an absolutely risk-free consultation at tabakattorneys.com. Contact Tabak for the payback. tabakattorneys.com.
It's Summerfest! 600 artists, 3 unforgettable weekends, 1 epic lakefront. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
PWD surveillance, clear as day. 4K resolution or better, keep troubles away. Don't let poor surveillance set you back. Bank account can't handle that. Crime rising, that's a fact. PWD HD surveillance. Give us a call today, 414-445-5793.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We were talking about MPS. Another episode in MPS and the Restless. The Milwaukee Public School Board of Directors held a special meeting last night to consider the appointment of an interim superintendent. And at the end of the meeting, the board sent a news release naming their finalists for the position. And here they are. Tony Dinkins, MPS Regional Superintendent for the Northwest Region. Eduardo Galvin, who is right now the acting superintendent, who will now be up for interim superintendent. Stephen Murley, former Green Bay School District superintendent. And Daryl L. Williams, assistant state superintendent for the Division for Libraries and Technology.
Root to the bros.
Galvin, oh, is that okay?
Yeah, my bad. I had to get that out.
Okay.
I have to be a little biased. Dr. Daryl Williams, Assistant State Superintendent for the Division for Libraries and Technology. Root to the bros. I'm definitely rooting for him to get this.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, obviously, Eduardo Galvin will continue serving as acting superintendent until an interim superintendent is selected. There have been no confirmed dates on when they will select the interim. But again, there was a special board meeting last night, and those are your candidates for interim superintendent.
Yeah. And again, this is
we check everybody's housing.
Right. Let's start there. Make sure you are eligible before they start paying you, and then go back and say that you stole the money that they paid you. But yes, hopefully, DT, and we don't of course, have to spend a lot of time on it because this is just the first step of trying to turn these things around. And hopefully, amongst these 4 candidates, they will get the opportunity to be the interim and be able to start that process of trying to get things right, because it's a lot that's wrong right now, and hopefully they are able to do that. But again, congratulations to the 4 finalists, and hopefully that, once they do pick one, the real work begins.
Ladies, are we not qualified to run MPS? There's no women that I see.
Oh, Dr. Tony Dinkins, she's a female. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Because I was like, no, wait a minute. There's no. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
So Tony Dinkins, MPS Regional Superintendent for the Northwest Region, is a woman. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
A black woman too, by the way.
Thank you, Jesus. On the True Talking text line, Grant says, I don't disagree with you, DT. However, adding that stipulation would greatly reduce the talent pool. It's already hard enough to get teachers and administrators to work within the district. Okay.
That's
I'm assuming,
fair.
Grant, you're talking about the stipulation of you can send you need to send your children to the same school districts that you serve. So if you have children, they should be attending an MPS school as well versus maybe a surrounding suburb area or a private school. I'm assuming that's what you were talking about. But yeah, good point. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You just can't make this up. So as we all know, the Republican National Convention will be hosted here in the city of Milwaukee beginning July 15th. And if you live in Milwaukee, a number of people that are Milwaukeeans or live in Milwaukee, Telly and Tony, are saying, I'm getting up out of here.
I'm sitting next to one right now. Tony says he's out of here.
I'm out.
So last week,
gone.
And you're not alone. So last week, the United States Secret Service revealed the official security perimeters and demonstration locations for the 4-day event. Now, the official areas where people can express their First Amendment rights, i.e. protest peacefully, are Zidler, Union Square, and Haymarket Plaza. There is also a parade route that will begin and end at Zidler Union Square Park. And so if you know where Pier Market Park is, like where Benihana's is downtown, you cross the street.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that, and then pretty much like where the Fawn statue used to be, going all the way up to Juneau, and then come back around until you get to Wisconsin, that's where you can protest peacefully. Now, as far as where you can, and I'm laughing because Telly, I don't even know how else to say this, but say it this way. So based on what the Secret Service just released, you can't go nowhere downtown during RNC because I'm looking at this map. Telly, look at the red zone on the map.
I saw it. Yes. You can't do anything.
Truth Nation. Even, I mean, this thing is so serious. So if you look at the map, and you can pretty much just Google, I would Google U.S. Secret Service RNC security perimeters.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the latest and greatest version. It starts from North 6th Street and pretty much goes all the way up to North 5th Street, and then comes back around all the way up to MLK. It's just a big, like, red circle. So if you picture Pfizer Forum on Juneau and Highland, the Secret Service has pretty much every block, whether it's 6th Street, Juneau, State Street, Kilbourne, Wells, Wisconsin Avenue, Highland. What is this? How do I pronounce this? And I know I'm probably not going to say this right.
Kilbourne?
No, James Lovell. I can pronounce that. James Lovell Street.
Yep.
Tony and Telly, I don't understand how people are going to, that live downtown. And my understanding is that, if you live downtown, and this is, again, according to the Secret Service, if you live downtown and you live in any of those areas, which is pretty much all of downtown, you have to have credentials to get in and outside of your home. And guess what, y'all? You ready for this? You cannot park. So if your car is in a parking garage or you park on the street, you will not be able to get in and out of your car.
Yeah,
and you will have to have credentials to get in and out of your residence.
Yeah, and there are some areas, I saw a report last night where if you are allowed to get in and out or use your car, it will be searched every single time you leave your parking garage. And on top of that, you can't get
I do one, Ricky. Damn.
You can't get any packages delivered. So if you order anything, even from Amazon, you can't get it delivered during the RNC convention. And I said it last week, and I'll say it again. It's starting to remind me of the movie Life. You got the gun line, boss, and it is real.
It is so real. So I would, again, Telly and I want to encourage each of you, our valued Truth Nation listeners, please get complete with the hard security zone. And I know some of y'all are already saying, oh, you ain't got to worry about saying that because I'm not going downtown. I get it. But in all seriousness, because you never know where you may need to go downtown, or a relative or a friend that needs your assistance. If you have a loved one, a senior citizen, start having these conversations, because the hard security zone is going to be an area that you will need. And I mean, you will have to have credentials to access during the week of the convention, which again begins, you might as well say, June 14th through, what's the last day? That would be the 21st. I mean, I know the official last day of the convention is the 18th, but setting up and breaking down, they're going to have those hard security areas throughout the entire week of the convention.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's going to start the 14th through, like the 20th or 21st. And again, if you're going to stay home and you live in downtown Milwaukee, getting in and out, it's kind of going to be like COVID. Like when we were quarantined, it really is. Like, you just plan on being inside.
Yeah. It's a much worse and larger version of why I moved from downtown, because I was right by Summerfest. And during Summerfest, when it was that straight, 10-day stretch.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's
such an inconvenience trying to get home, especially if you came home at night. It's like, nope, can't go down this street. No, well, I live on this street, man. No, you can't, got to go around. No, I live right here. There's nowhere to go around.
Can you imagine that one person? What do you mean? I live right here. I pay and like as soon as you start talking loud, the Secret Service will take you away. Like, what just happened? What do you mean? I pay It's over. When we come back for our second hour, we got guest co-host Tony Smith in the building. We're going to get into a special edition of Truth Swiping as well as Truth or Dare. Telly and I will both be on assignment tomorrow, so we want to make sure we give you your second hour. And of course, when we come back on Friday, we're going to have live Truth Telling Hits with Telly. So stay tuned. All of that and more hot topics. You were listening to the best morning show on planet Earth on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Thank you, Truth Nation. Your willingness to share your stories with our community has helped the Tori Lowe Show produce the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Best Interview in the state of Wisconsin.
All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide or anything bad had happened to her.
We do this all for you, Milwaukee. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
It's that time of the year, Truth Nation, for our Truth Walk Against Violence. Violence is a problem which impacts all of us, but together we can make a difference. This is why I need you to join me and the Truth team on Saturday, July 20th from 9 to noon for our second annual Walk Against Violence. Enough is enough. Now it's time to bring an end to senseless violence in our community and encourage a safer Milwaukee for us all. Join our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 20th. Visit 1017thetruth.com and sign up today. Together, we can bring an end to violence.
Enough is enough.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas.
And Telly Hughes.
From Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hit segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com and clicking the Watch Live link.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I push through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tony and Telly, I forgot to tell y'all, just in case you were looking for something to do on Sunday, the Milwaukee Host Committee for the RNC is hosting a big old party at the Summerfest grounds called the Red, the White, and the Brew Party, featuring country music star Tracy Atkins. Who's going? Who's coming with me?
When is it, Sunday?
I'm just kidding. It's Sunday.
This Sunday?
Summerfest grounds.
Dog it, I'm going to be out of town.
Tony, you game or lame?
I got to vacuum my living room. Cannot go.
Well, y'all wasn't going to be able to get in no way because you got to have credentials.
Wow.
You have to be credentialed.
Oh, sweet.
You got to be credentialed to go to the opening concert. Well, I guess that's the welcoming to the. Wow.
Dang. Let me tell you right now, Telly.
Our credentials.
The Secret Service ain't playing. The Secret Service is in charge of planning, coordinating, and implementing security and public safety for the entire RNC, including Sunday's Red, White, and Brew Party.
Wow.
Featuring Tracy Atkins.
That's crazy.
So, look, you know how black folks are. You know how we are. It's like, we already got it bad enough. Now we got to deal with this mess. I hear you, Milwaukee. Now, again, the Summerfest grounds on Sunday are going to be closed. The street closures are going to include, watch Tony and Telly, but y'all ain't going to be here, so it doesn't matter. I-794. So 794 is going to be closed, like the Homebridge area. And
like no access.
From 5 a.m. on July 14th to midnight on July 15th.
Excuse me, I was going to take the home bridge to the airport. I'm leaving on the 14th, but I guess I.
Well, you might want to come up with an alternative route, Tony. You're not going to be able to play the Tony Smith card that day. Hey, I'm Tony Smith. That's all you're going to hear.
We've got one here.
Right. The Secret Service, let me ask you a question. How many times in life have you ever seen the Secret Service have a conversation with somebody, with a civilian?
Very rare.
How many times you ever... Milwaukee,
disappear into a black truck immediately.
Man.
And the way that they watch, you just reminded me, DT, I interviewed President Bill Clinton one time. I actually interviewed him twice, but the first time I interviewed him was at a Brooklyn Nets Milwaukee Bucks game in Brooklyn. And I interviewed him at halftime. And what people didn't see on camera, there was like 3 people, but they were in regular clothes. And they were just staring at me, just watching this. I was like, man, look, it reached a point after I was done with my interview, President Clinton wanted to keep talking. And I said, no offense, President Clinton, but I don't know if I just remain here. I say they just keep staring at me like they're going to do something to me. He's like, oh, they're not going to do anything. I'm like, well, I don't feel that way.
They ain't going to do nothing to you, President Clinton.
Right.
Tell her don't reach in your pocket for a piece of gum.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, so it is real. And like you said, they don't have conversations.
There's no talking.
They don't even speak to you.
Like, for all you ambitious brothers and sisters out there, I feel you because I'm one of them too.
Yeah,
but if you start that, man, do you know who I am? That's all you're going to hear.
Don't be ambitious this week. I mean, during that week, let's just say that.
You can wear a MAGA hat and maybe get away with something. It'd be a little easier on you. You go, oh, okay,
man,
got a MAGA hat on. Can't be too bad.
I don't even think that would work, Tony. Because here's the thing: if you're going to wear the MAGA hat, then be quiet. You can't wear the MAGA hat and be like, man, I'm a Trump. I love Trump. That's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear your body physically being moved into a black van.
I'm just trying to get across the home bridge, Denise. I mean, that's all I'm trying to do right
Tony,
now.
Don't do it.
Hey, you're going to be swimming.
I have a bunch of Trump stickers on my car, 3 flags flying.
Look, Telly, it's a shame what happened to Tony Smith.
We tried to tell him.
What if I drive?
We tried to tell him.
Hey, what if I drive the Dukes of Hazzard car? Can I get across?
Still ain't going to happen.
Man, do you not hear what I'm saying to you? I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to see if there's any way I can go.
I want you. Here's what I want you to do, Tony.
You better say you Tim Scott.
Look, watch this. I want you to take Capitol all the way to Brookfield. And then I want you to turn around and get on 94 and then get on 45 and then get off of
it takes an hour and a half to get to General Mitchell.
Look, when I say Telly, I want you to go down Capitol, take that Capitol all the way to Brookfield.
I ain't doing all that.
Man, because that's the only way you're going to get to the airport on Sunday.
Let's go get a room across the street from the airport. I can't even do that now.
Bam. No,
now that's a smart,
probably good.
That's a smart. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But you got to do that at your own risk too.
Tony, why did Tony say, what if I pull up in a Dukes of Hazzard car? I'm weak.
Confederate flag on the side.
Confederate flag, boy. They were like, oh, let him through.
Barely making the hand. That was my show back in the day. All right. We are going to get started with a special edition of Truth Swiping. Are y'all ready? Our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. It's simple. We got Tony Smith in the building. We got Telly. I'm going to give them some hot topics happening in our community. All they have to do, along with you, Truth Nation, is let me know, are you swiping right or are you swiping left? If you're swiping right, that means I'm feeling it. I agree. I love it. Let's go. You swipe left, that means get out of there with all that mess. I'm not trying to do all that. All right, here we go. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're going to start a little bit easy, and then we'll go into the more juicier stuff. All right. Now, the company Apple, we all know Apple, wants to replace 50% of iPhone assembly workers with robots by the year 2030. So Apple is ambitiously planning to automate half of its iPhone assembly workforce by 2030, aiming to enhance efficiency and reduce reliance on human labor. This strategic shift aligns with the broader tech industry trend of incorporating advanced robotics and AI, artificial intelligence, into manufacturing processes.
Are they? How many? What's the percentage you said?
50%. And so
are those 50 in China? Or are those the American 50?
Those are in China. So as more than 1 million people are currently involved in the manufacturing of new iPhones.
I'm going to swipe right because that's inevitable. I mean, you're talking about technology and you're talking about robots doing something with other electronics. So it's the inevitable. I mean, it's something that has been saying for years and years. Oh, there won't be a lot of human jobs left. There'll be all robots and stuff. But when it comes to making new iPhones, I think robots are qualified to probably do that. So I'm going to swipe right because I think it's inevitable.
I'm going to swipe left just because it's Apple and I'm an Android guy. I don't really like Apple. So I don't really care what they do.
Well, you stay green then.
Whatever's the worst for their business model, I'll take it.
All right, Truth Nation, let us know, are you swiping right or left? 833-212-1017. You can also watch me, Telly, and Tony live on our YouTube channel. So you want to go to YouTube right now and just simply search for 101.7 The Truth. Now, next, and Telly, this may be something of interest to you, considering that you have two younger children. 42% of Gen Z say they plan to use debt to finance their trips. A recent survey from Bankrate reveals that 42% of Gen Z individuals are planning to finance their summer vacations using debt, indicating a willingness to prioritize travel over financial caution. And this trend is also seen among millennials, with 47% of millennials planning to take on debt for similar reasons. The reasons are including the allure of memorable experiences and the desire to explore new destinations seem to outweigh the immediate financial consequences for these younger generations.
I'm going to swipe left. I don't think you should ever work out of a deficit of any point, and that's not something that I would really encourage my kids to do. Thankfully, they're not at a point to make those type of decisions, but I don't think that's ever a good thing to prioritize. I mean, you can prioritize whatever you want and however you want, but to do it out of debt, I mean, shoot, I don't even want to go out unless I have a certain amount of money in my pocket. So let alone trying to travel and you really don't have the means to, just because you want the experience. How about get the money first and then you get the experience? So I'm swiping left.
And I'm going,
Tony?
I'm going opposite again. I'm going right on this because you're going to work the rest of your life. Listen, the system has got you until 60-something technically, but we know many people are working beyond that. So you're going to be working the rest of your life anyway. Might as well run up some bills and have a get time. I mean, what's the difference?
What'd you say, Tony? Spend that check, get it right back.
YOLO.
YOLO.
Right, go get your experience. Because I mean, I don't like the format, because you're gonna, like I say, you work to your mid 60s, late 60s, early 70s.
And Social Security might not even be around by the time we get 60 something.
Yeah, I'm 56, and I'm like, I just want to lay down every day. So.
Yeah.
Now, see, Ricky, you supposed to hit the damn button when he, like Don Cheadle, when he told Kevin Hart he was 56. Damn! All right, y'all. When we come back from break, we're going to continue our truth swiping. Also, we're going to get into truth, this or that, or truth or dare. Y'all, again, it's the morning time. I'm going to get 20,000 consecutive hours of sleep one day.
Nice.
I'm working on that. All right, y'all. Stay tuned. We come back. We're going to bring you more truth swiping, as well as a special edition with guest co-host Tony Smith of Truth or Dare. Stay tuned.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's that time, Milwaukee.
Summerfest is finally here.
Come and enjoy the world's largest music festival this Thursday through Saturday this week.
Many of music's top artists will be coming to Summerfest, and not only can you see great music performances, but you can also watch us do Jam with the Juice live from Summerfest noon to 1 on Thursday and Friday.
That's right. It's lit, y'all, so don't miss out on all the fun at Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Get your tickets now at summerfest.com.
You know one thing about Biden?
Here you go again.
When he makes a promise, he keeps it.
Okay, like what?
He got us out of the pandemic, got the country back on its feet.
Okay, sure.
And when all that recovery money was getting spent, Biden made sure that black businesses and communities got our fair share.
So, man?
That's a promise made and a promise kept.
Okay, but what else?
New roads, new bridges, high-speed internet, even out in the country where your brother lives.
Yeah.
Lower health insurance rates. Didn't your premiums go down?
Uh-huh.
That's another Biden promise kept.
Looks like it.
My mom's medication costs less. Your cousin's insulin is now only $35.
Okay, but what about jobs, building wealth?
Under Biden, the number of new black small businesses is booming, and black unemployment hit a record low. See? That's another...
Okay, I get it. Promise made, promise kept. I can see that now.
Told you. Biden and Harris are getting the job done for us.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
Are you or someone you know between the ages of 15 and 17 and a half looking to obtain a driver's permit? Be road ready with Greater Milwaukee Urban League. Monday through Friday from July 15th to August 2nd from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. you can work to get your driver's permit. For more details or to see if you qualify for this opportunity, please contact Darnell Lathan or visit tmul.org for more information.
Come escape to Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy stunning lakeside views, on-site golf, award-winning spa, and numerous dining options, including 1878 on the lake. Dive into the pools, explore water sports, or relax by the lakeside fire pits. Experience Lake Lawn Resort's newly renovated guest rooms, part of a multi-million-dollar upgrade for ultimate comfort and luxury. Whether it's a romantic getaway, family vacation, or corporate retreat, Lake Lawn Resort has it all. Book your stay at Lake Lawn Resort today and discover the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Welcome to Truth Swiping, the game where you swipe right if you agree with the pop culture headline, or swipe left if you give it a complete 2 thumbs down. DT, Telly, and DJ Ricky, tell us which way you swiping today.
All right, you heard the brother. We got our Truth Swiping. Also, we've got live in the studio guest co-host Tony Smith. And on our YouTube message board, Erica says, I think if your student loans have been forgiven, go on those trips. We're talking about a large number of Gen Zers, all the way up to 42% and 47% of millennials plan to take on debt in order to finance their trips. They don't care. They're ready to do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram.
And Erica said, hey, I think if your student loans have been forgiven, take those trips. Hey. Tony and I agree, too. Telly's not so much. Telly is like, look, don't get into debt.
Listen, building up debt is a good way to get your credit score built up high. Just make sure you don't miss any payments.
There's other ways to get your credit score up, too, Tony.
How? You need revolving credit to get your credit score up.
But you don't have to go into debt.
Yeah, you do. You just got to pay it off on time.
Yeah.
All right. Our next Truth Swiping, and again, our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. I was so excited to hear this news and to read this news. I'm going to see Tony and Telly's reactions because this is like one of my favorite movies of all time. And so this franchise now, Eddie Murphy, the voice behind the beloved character Donkey, has revealed that Shrek 5 is set to grace the box office screens in 2025, marking a triumphant return for the iconic animated franchise after a lengthy hiatus. The comedian, the genius Eddie Murphy didn't stop there. He also dropped the bombshell that Donkey will have a spin-off movie part of this development. So this announcement comes as a delightful surprise because I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but Shrek has grossed billions of dollars at the box office and even clinched the inaugural Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. Y'all swiping right or left?
I'm swiping right. I'm a huge Eddie Murphy fan, and I think he's one of the ones that honestly don't get the credit or the adulation that I think he deserves. I when you talk about, who's your favorite actor and, who's this, who's that, Eddie Murphy name really doesn't come up that much. And but if you look at his body of work, from his stand-ups to the movies and the money, I couldn't even imagine how much money his movies have grossed over. Like, if all of his movies combined, like, come on,
Probably
man.
trillions.
Yes,
Probably
yes.
trillion.
So I'm swiping right. Big Eddie Murphy fan.
I like the Shrek series in general. I remember first watching those, and I was like, man, this. I mean, it's a kid's like franchise, but there's so many adult themes in there because they know the adults got to take the kids to watch it. Yeah. And I just remember, man, I appreciate how they embedded that kind of stuff in there to keep the adults interested because they had to go. So I'm good with this. So that means I'm swiping right. I take it.
Yes, and I would go on a date to go see Shrek 5.
You would?
Oh, absolutely. What? Denise, would you like to go see Shrek 5? I'm already at the theater. What's up? Absolutely. Speaking of movies, I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, Telly and Tony, because this just drives me nuts. And I love this person. He's a legendary hip-hop artist, actor, movie maker, filmmaker, basketball league owner. I love me some Ice Cube, but I'm swiping left on this because this has been going on probably now for the past 10, 15 years. Ice Cube confirms that last Friday, the movie as part of the Friday franchise is finally in the works. Now, we haven't heard this about 20,000 times. So Ice Cube has officially confirmed that last Friday, the long-anticipated final installment of the Friday franchise is finally moving forward. After years of stalled negotiations and disputes with Warner Brothers, the two parties have reached an agreement to bring the project to life. Ice Cube shared this news during a recent interview, expressing optimism about the film's future and the importance of getting it right for the fans. But Chris Tucker ain't gonna be in it, so okay. Are you swiping?
This guy stinks.
Are you swiping right or left, Telly?
I'm going to go right. I'm a fan of this, and I know that we have been waiting for the last Friday movie to come out for years, but there has been some hiccups. I mean, you had some key actors and actresses that, like John Witherspoon passed away, and
Bernie Mac passed away.
Bernie Mac,
Debo passed away.
Right. So I can see why there's been glitches or there's been setbacks in making this. But I mean, you look at all the other franchises that have had 4, 5, 6 movies, from Bad Boys to Fast and the Furious to now the new Beverly Hills. I think that it has enough, and there's so many fans of the Friday movies that I think it's going to be all right. But I think they have to get it right, though. I mean, if you're going to replace those people, yeah, that's a lot of pressure to get it right. But I'm going to swipe right. I hope they are able to do it right.
Yeah, I hope that as you continue to go on, I think it gets harder on some of those, especially with so many people missing. Like you said, you fell in love with those initial characters, and you're like, yeah, they're not even going to be there. Like, who are you going to replace them with? How are you going to keep me interested? I don't know. I'm torn on this one. I'm in the middle. I don't know if I can swipe either way, but I guess I'll swipe right because I do want to. I guess I'm curious. I will be curious to see how it's done. But like Telly said, it's a fine line between getting it right and being majorly disappointed if it's not good.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be the last Coming to America. I was like, I don't know, but then it ended up being. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, but it didn't do well with Amazon.
Oh, it
didn't do well.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Because, and this is what I was going to say about the last Friday. See, now with social media, people can watch a movie and get right on X or Instagram or Facebook and just start going in. And that's what happened with Coming to America. So, best wishes to Ice Cube. I just know that it takes a lot of time, energy, and money to produce a film. And so, best wishes, but if I had to swipe, I swipe left.
You're swiping left. You're not really looking forward to it.
Chris Tucker's not going. Come on now.
He wasn't in the
last one. Yeah, but this is the last one, though. This is the last installment.
Yeah.
So if you got, come on.
It would be interesting. To see who he would bring back. Who is Money Mike gonna be in it? Is Smokey gonna return? Or I mean,
if you don't have Cat Williams, I mean, if you don't have Chris Tucker, you better have Cat Williams now. Come on now. And Mike Epps.
Right.
All right. The Las Vegas Aces become the first WNBA team to sell out every home regular season game after winning back-to-back championships. They announced this achievement on June 20th with 18 home games at Michelob Ultra Arena and 2 at T-Mobile Arena. The Aces led the league in attendance last season and continue to draw large crowds, averaging 10,379 fans per game this season.
No, I'm definitely swiping right. And it's not just the excitement of the WNBA right now, because this has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark or anybody else. This has everything to do with being supportive of a team that is really good. I mean, we talked about it, DT, and you said you're going to try and get to a game when you get to Vegas. They have 4 Olympians on their team. So, and then you have, it's Vegas. So a lot of people vacation there. So you get a lot of entertainers, a lot of NBA players that go to Las Vegas Aces games. And so it has definitely brought more attention. And what better place to do it than Vegas? So I'm swiping right. Good for them. And they have every reason, and fans out there have every reason to continue to sell those games out because they are really good.
I can't wait to go. Tony?
Yeah, I'm going right on it because I've said before that the WNBA, they play some good basketball. A lot of people haven't been watching. Now you got a lot more eyes on it. But the good thing about Vegas is there's always other people in Vegas. It's not just people who live there, right? So they got that advantage going. Like, and there are people are there for conventions or just whatever, and they're looking for stuff to do. And now that WNBA is on the radar, that's just another attraction that's there. They want to go see the venue. They want to go see this team. Get out of
that hot sun.
I can understand how they sold out every game. So
well, congratulations again to the Las Vegas Aces for being the first WNBA team to sell out their entire season. All right, last but most certainly not least, as part of our truth swiping, Sean Harris, who is a black man, won Georgia's 14th Congressional District Democratic runoff against Clarence Blaylock with 71.5% of the vote. Sean Harris is now setting up a showdown with Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene in the upcoming election. Despite an initial defeat in the primary, Harris aims to challenge Greene, who has faced criticism and holds a mixed public perception. Harris pledges to end Greene's congressional tenure he describes as toxic. Y'all swiping right or left.
The brother Good luck to that brother. and because Marjorie Greene, you don't even have to know about politics to know who she is, and she is off the chain. So hopefully Representative Harris can get her or end her tenure in Washington. Bad Body? Was
something like bleach blonde? What is it? Something.
Butch Bod or something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Come on. Somebody got the name.
Well, she'll be in Milwaukee on the 14th or 15th. She may already be here. Who knows? You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth.
I got to find the name. I got to put a sign outside my window that says that.
She might see it. She'll be in the building. All right, y'all. We come back. We're going to get into our truth or dare. We've got Telly and we've got special guest co-host Tony Smith in the building. So we're going to hear their truth or will they take a dare. DJ Ricky and I will be here ready for both. You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
I think you're spoiled. You have too many choices. We sometimes forget that having choice is a luxury. I can remember when I was a little kid, I either ate what my mother cooked for dinner or I starved.
I didn't have the luxury of choice. Now we can choose anything and everything. We can choose which apps we want to be a part of. We can go and pick a new mate. We can decide what food we want to order. We have an unlimited amount of choice, and I think that we forget that choice is a luxury. You are either a winner or you're a loser. You're either going up or you're going down. You're either free or a slave. You are either woke or you are asleep. Those are called binary choices, and it's tough for people to understand just having two choices in a world that inundates us with unlimited choice. I know you don't like the candidates that are on your ballot come November. Guess what? They probably don't like you either. But you only have a binary choice. You either want this country to excel and succeed and explore new industries and be honest and fair about racial inequity. You either believe in climate change or you don't. You believe in democracy or you don't. You want a country that will do whatever it can to help people, all people, regardless of gender identity, regardless of national origin, or you want to take the low road and vote for the person that only wants to help himself with no regard for anyone else. Choice is a luxury. Unfortunately, too many of us forget that it's a luxury. Binary choice is all you have in November. I hope you choose wisely.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Your family history of prostate cancer increases the risk for all the men in your family. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Prostate cancer is most treatable when it's detected early. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Men, it's your life. That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor about getting tested. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. For more than 30 years, PCF, a leader in scientific breakthroughs, has funded cutting-edge research that speeds new treatments into clinics, helping patients live longer with fewer complications. Go to pcf.org to learn more about prostate cancer and how you can advocate for yourself. Remember, it's your life, and it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
We are moving a bit slowly westbound 94, leaving the Marquette basically from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Then you're back on the brakes from the county line all the way to Barker Road. Eastbound slowing down a bit from Highway 16 southbound to 94 eastbound. That area is all backed up right now. We've also got backups from about 84th Street through the stadium. Southbound 43 heavy from Silver Spring all the way down to Center Street, with the northbound side backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keefe. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Morning isolated shower, then mostly cloudy, turning mostly clear, a high of 80. Tonight, mostly clear and cooler, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers are now in a 3-game winning streak after their 3-1 win at home, beating the Texas Rangers on Tuesday. They're back in action this Wednesday afternoon, as first pitch is scheduled for 1:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 12:35. Brewers still currently sit at first place in the division with a 5.5-game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. And finally, over in the NBA, starting with the 2024 NBA Draft as it kicks off this Wednesday at 7 o'clock, as the Bucks hold the 23rd pick in the NBA Draft. And the New York Knicks made a splash by trading 5 first-round picks and Bojan Bogdanovic for Nets wing Mikal Bridges on Tuesday night. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Boys talking down on the sidelines, watching, wishing they was playing the game we playing, but it's all good though. Oh wow. Brooke, what up?
Good morning, Truth Nation. It is Wednesday, June 26th. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Hope you are having a great week as you are tuned in to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. We've got guest co-host in the building, Tony Smith. And we're going to get into right now some Truth or Dare. Are you ready, Tony and Telly, for Truth or Dare?
Let's do it.
I think I'm ready.
Now, here's the thing, Tony and Telly. If you don't want to share your truth, DJ Ricky and I, we're not mad. But just know that you're going to have to take that dare.
Mm-hmm. Now, you hear that,
and
Tony?
There's no telling.
I'm hearing it.
Is that a yes or a
Wait, I got to use the bathroom.
Okay. Well, you do what you got to do. All right. Now, this is an interesting one. And Truth Nation, feel free to give us your truth if you feel so inclined. But we're going to start off with a very interesting question. Tony, Telly, I present you with an envelope that contains the exact date and time of your death. Are you opening up the envelope or are you giving it back to me?
Now, you started easy. I'm giving that thing back to you. I came up with that answer in like 0.2 seconds.
You did. You grabbed the mic. You weren't even like, you was like,
Wait, it's just date and time. It's not how, right? It's just date and time.
You're presented with an envelope that contains the exact date and time of your death. Do you open it or do you give it back?
Excuse I'm opening me, so I can plan.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say I will open it.
Get ready. You talking about going on vacation, not worried about debt? You talking about not worried about debt? I know when it's time to spend.
I'm torn. I can't lie to you, gentlemen. I don't know whether I'd want to know or not. I mean, because if I do know the exact date and time of death, I'm probably going to
obsess over it.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go on with Tony. I think I do want to know.
Yeah, there you go.
Because there's some people that I need to cuss out. And I'm gonna do it right before the day I'm dying.
That is called
I'm gonna act a fool.
Unable to control your nosiness. That's the problem. You just gotta know.
No, I just gotta strategically plan. I'd be like, oh shoot, let me make this list.
Look, I only got 2 weeks and I'm out of here. It'd be like, what? Going on vacation? No, I'm out of here forever. So here it is.
Take my life savings, put it on red and black. Either double up for my family or I'm gonna be broke.
I mean, for real though, like, I think knowing when I'm going, I wish if I could know the exact, like, it's not even just the date, it's the time too, Telly. Like, you're gonna know when you wake up that morning, do I got 5 minutes, 5 hours, 10 hours?
That's why I don't want to know. All those reasons.
Tony and I said,
you ain't waking up.
You're like, you know
that
what?
Night before.
No, it's 8:35. You're like, you know what? 9:45, man. It's been real.
Like, I ain't going to sleep. Let me stay up as long as I can because I ain't waking up tomorrow.
See, y'all be like, what? Denise is going on a cussing out spree. She just cussed out everybody today. Well, now you know why.
She's out of here tomorrow. No, but I don't want to know.
Okay. I think I know the answer from Tony on this one, but Telly, I'm going to ask you, cash or credit?
Credit.
Really?
Credit, yeah.
I thought you were going to say cash.
Oh, no, man. Well, yeah, you really don't. I never carry any cash. I'm very bad at that. So
you prefer credit versus cash?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Tony?
Yeah, I'm credit too. I got a lot of points to get. You know, I got the credit cards with points. I got to use that credit.
I'm team credit too. Why spend my money when I can spend yours? No, I'm just playing. I'm not, but I am.
As long as you pay them back.
Right. But I ain't got to pay you back
like
right
Erica
now.
said.
All right.
Spend that check, get it right back. Why my check getting garnished? Well, you remember back in 2024? YOLO.
Right. We saw you on the gram. You were doing it.
You're awesome.
Now you got to pay the piper.
Now you ain't.
All right. Comedian in a serious film or hip-hop artist in a comedy film?
Oh.
Comedian in a serious film or a hip-hop artist in a comedy film? What would you prefer to watch?
That's a good one. I'd say hip-hop artist in a comedy film because usually entertainers like that, they have personality, and usually, and I would say that. Ooh, that's a tough one though, man.
I know, right?
Yeah, because there's been some really good comedians that, I mean, we were just talking about Eddie Murphy. I mean, he's had several serious roles that were really good movies, but I'm gonna go with hip hop artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hip hop artist in a comedy film.
Yeah.
Tony?
Yeah.
Would you prefer a comedian in a serious film or a hip hop artist in a comedy film?
I think you go the hip hop artist in the comedy. It would have to be like Snoop. I could see Snoop doing a comedy. I couldn't see like 50 Cent doing a comedy, but I would go the other way. I'm going to say a comedian in a serious role, because I think they're already in that zone of acting, because their stage is pretty much an act too. So I think I would go that way.
Yeah. Well, okay. You mentioned Snoop. I just thought about Soul Plane. Like, he was funny in that. Right. Yeah. So you got artists that can be funny.
Okay. Now, Telly, you know me well enough to know what my answer for this is, but let's start with you and Tony. Hang out with little kids or hang out with older folks? You already know my answer.
I'm not hanging out with little kids. I'm going to tell you my answer right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not hanging out with little kids.
And that's definitely my answer as well. Because I truly think that when you hang around older folks, the only thing that you can get is wisdom and knowledge. And so, yeah.
Or they're going to tell you about yourself.
And all you can do is just listen and say, yes, ma'am, or no, sir. Now, Telly, and you already know which one do you think I'm selecting?
Definitely older folks. I don't. Yeah, you don't do kids.
I'm allergic to kids. Y'all make me break out in hives.
I got those same allergies myself.
Man, I'm so allergic to kids, especially when I go to Target. They just be everywhere. Oh no, Telly, I'm telling you, I have literally been having major allergy reactions because I travel all the time, and they're everywhere in the airports right now.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
they're everywhere.
We were talking about that. Yeah, germs.
And the other day, I saw this one sit behind me in first class. I said, "What is going on?" I wanted to ask the parent, "You are setting this child up for failure. Like they don't have to do anything." Man, yeah. I had to work for mine. All right,
I need more miles to fly first class. I got to run my credit cards up.
Tony, you can use other forms of currency to sit in first class. It's called just like
I ain't paying for first class.
Okay, you're not paying for it. All right, all right. Look, I respect your position.
Just get
okay.
An extra drink.
Call first thing in the morning or call in the middle of the night? What would you rather have? A call first thing in the morning or a call in the middle of the night?
Man, that used to be an easy question before I took this job. I'm going to have to go with the morning now, because don't call me at night, because there's a good chance I'm not going to be up.
I'm going to answer this in a weird way. I would say call me in the middle of the night, because then I know I'm not going to answer. If you call me in the morning, I'll probably answer the call. But if you call me in the middle of the night, my ringer is off. I'm not going to pick up the call. So please call in the middle of the night. So
what you're saying is basically, I don't want to talk to you either way. So for me not to feel as bad, just call me when I'm not going to answer the phone. Call me in the middle of the night.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, well, my truth is exactly the same. I'm already up in the morning now. So call me in the morning. But if you call me in the middle of the night, you're getting the voicemail.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations, gentlemen. Y'all made it through another truth swiping. I thought, the whole question regarding the envelope stating your date and time of death, I thought that was going to be harder for both of you. Y'all were just like, I really thought that was going to be like, oh man,
Telly
let me
was
think
scared
about
of the
this.
envelope.
Oh no, I'm not afraid of it. But just think about it. Yeah, but here's the thing about some information: you can't unknow it. Like, once you open it up and then see it, you don't know how you're going to just agonize about that every single day. And you may start a doggone calendar Xing off like,
you put a plan together.
I only got,
Well, look at the Truth Talking text line.
2,000 days left.
Craig asked a great question. What if you open the envelope and the date and time is the same day and just later in that day? Like, you get the envelope and it says June 26th.
Craig,
like 12:30 p.m.
Craig, that's why your boy Telly ain't opening it.
You're going to just be surprised dead later.
Ain't that how it's always been?
It depends.
So that's a great question. So Tony, if you open up the envelope and the note inside says you're going to die today around 12:45 p.m.,
you can't be like, no, I ain't mean to open it.
No, but but you said that's how it's always been. No, I mean, you could be people could have been sick for a while, battling some kind of ailment, or like if you open an envelope and it says later today, that means something crazy happened. Like you get a victim of a drive-by, something unexpected happened. So I don't know. I'm like, I'd rather know. Okay, something about to happen. Let me go ahead and get my ducks in a row here.
Let me keep rolling the way I'm rolling right now.
You're just gonna step out into the
There would be so many people that get a call from me where it says, "You got a second? I need to get some things off my chest."
But every day that date will be on your mind.
Hey,
you cannot sit up here and say that
it's later today, though. It's later today.
Yeah,
like you got a few more hours to live. What are you gonna do?
Nah, I'm good.
Hey, I ain't coming in.
I'm making phone calls.
I ain't coming in to work.
I'm spending.
I'm gonna call in that day though.
I'm buying
what?
I'm buying a whole bunch of gifts. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm calling all the credit card companies and tell them, take this job and shove it. I'm going in.
Hey, what's my credit limit? Hold on. I'm buying everything for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a car. You get a car.
I ain't with it.
No?
No, I'm not.
You don't want to know?
No. Y'all still didn't give me a compelling argument to make me go the other way. I still don't want to know. Because you cannot, I mean, I'm a thinker and I can overthink at times. And every day my friends will have to hear about my expiration date. Because, I ain't got that much time left. No, come on. Nope.
Well, Creation Muse on our YouTube message board, and you can stream and watch Tony, Telly, and I live right now on our YouTube channel, which is 101.7 The Truth. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Man, our subscribers are growing daily. I'm loving this.
Yes, they are.
Creation Muse says that would make a good movie. I think so, too. That'd make a great movie.
I think so as well. And another thing that will make our viewership grow, the 2024 election cycle is in full effect, and we at the award-winning 101.7 The Truth will be here to keep you up to date and informed on how this election can and will impact you. Tune in this Thursday night as we broadcast the first United States presidential debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Debate coverage begins at 8 p.m. Again, that is the U.S. presidential debate tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk. So that will definitely continue to increase our subscribers on YouTube. You can always go to YouTube and Twitter and catch us 101 at 101.7 The Truth and 101.7thetruth.com.
Yeah, we're obviously going to have plenty to talk about tomorrow in reference to the presidential debate between former President Donald J. Trump and current President Joe Biden. That's going to be
Yes. And our friend Rachel hit us up on our YouTube message board right away and said, will there be a live chat? Rachel, I'll look into that because I'm sure if it's going to be on YouTube, we will definitely have the message board up and we can all comment on what we're hearing.
I'm just looking forward to hearing on both sides two things. And I'm just gonna say it the way I would say it if I were the moderator. Are we going to war? Are we prepared for natural disasters as climate change and global warming increase? Those would be my two most important questions because at the end of the day, That's something that, because what I don't want to see former President Trump go after President Biden's mental capacity, and I don't want to see President Joe Biden go after President Trump's criminal record, because it is what it is. For both, it is what it is. Let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about what we're going to do for American people. And again, for me, the most important thing is national security. Are we going to war? Will there be a civil war? What will be the reactions if either of you lose or win? Those are things I want to know. So we'll have more to talk about tomorrow as we get ready to watch the presidential debate between former President Donald Trump and current President Joe Biden. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. When we come back, we're going to give you our truth of the matter. We got guest co-host in the building, Tony Smith. You'll hear from Telly and you'll hear from me. Truth of the matter coming up next. Stay tuned.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth this Saturday at 10 a.m. for another episode of Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. I will speak with practitioners and health experts about developing attitudes and lifestyles which don't just fight illness, but help prevent them. It's not just a show, it's a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness. Do not miss Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers this Saturday at 10 a.m. on 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
You know one thing about Biden?
Here you go again.
When he makes a promise, he keeps it.
Okay, like what?
He got us out of the pandemic, got the country back on its feet.
Okay, sure.
And when all that recovery money was getting spent, Biden made sure that black businesses and communities got our fair share.
So, man?
That's a promise made and a promise kept.
Okay, but what else?
New roads, new bridges, high-speed internet, even out in the country where your brother lives.
Yeah.
Lower health insurance rates. Didn't your premiums go down?
Uh-huh.
That's another Biden promise kept.
Looks like it.
My mom's medication costs less. Your cousin's insulin is now only $35.
Okay, but what about jobs, building wealth?
Under Biden, the number of new black small businesses is booming, and black unemployment hit a record low. See? That's another...
Okay, I get it. Promise made, promise kept. I can see that now.
Told you. Biden and Harris are getting the job done for us.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Come escape to Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy stunning lakeside views, on-site golf, award-winning spa, and numerous dining options, including 1878 on the lake. Dive into the pools, explore water sports, or relax by the lakeside fire pits. Experience Lake Lawn Resort's newly renovated guest rooms, part of a multi-million-dollar upgrade for ultimate comfort and luxury. Whether it's a romantic getaway, family vacation, or corporate retreat, Lake Lawn Resort has it all. Book your stay at Lake Lawn Resort today and discover the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation.
PWD surveillance, clear as day. 4K resolution or better, keep troubles away. Don't let poor surveillance set you back. Bank account can't handle that. Crime rising, that's a fact. PWD HD surveillance. Give us a call today, 414-445-5793.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Before we get in our Truth of the Matter, tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth this Saturday at 10 a.m. for another episode of Community Heartbeat presented by Outreach Community Health Centers. Sherwin Hughes will speak with health experts from Outreach Community Health Centers about the many quality services they offer, like medical care, dental care, and behavior health services. This is not just a show, it's a movement dedicated to bringing our community together through wellness. Do not miss Community Heartbeat presented by by Outreach Community Health Centers this Saturday at 10 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
And we also have another exciting and informative program this Saturday at 11 a.m. for another episode of More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin. Carrie Noni will be joined by reproductive justice advocates, where they will have an in-depth discussion about reproductive justice and Black maternal health. Again, that is More Than a Movement, powered by Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin, this Saturday at 11 a.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk. Tony, thank you again for joining us and being a guest host as always. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts are, whatever gin you are or whatever, get out there and have fun, have some experiences, spend that money. Don't be afraid. You're going to be working the rest of your life anyway. Might as well go have some fun now while you can before you get 70 and you can't do anything. You can't move around. You don't feel like traveling. You want to be like me and sit on the couch all day. Get on out there and enjoy yourself, people.
My truth
spend.
Stimulate the economy.
My truth of the matter, we were just talking about during the last segment of our show about the debates that are coming up tomorrow night between former President Donald Trump and current President Joe Biden. And I saw a quote that really made a lot of sense to me, and it's something that I think people should think about. And hopefully they won't get into it that much about the Donald Trump's criminal record, and Denise was talking about this during the break about is Trump going to try to attack Joe Biden's age and cognitive skills. Let's talk about the things that really matter to the American people, not just taking digs at each other. But the quote that I saw, it said, it's amazing how someone has more love for a felon than they do their own country. Just imagine that.
Well, those are both great truth of the matter and final thoughts. For me, going back to Aisha Carr, and yes, rules are to be followed, but you can't accuse someone, and even to the point of filing a criminal complaint against someone, when goodness knows you've done way more negative impactful things, and for you to have the audacity to use that as a way of being punitive. Aisha Carr, to me, has demonstrated the utmost positive intent in serving the district for parents and students and families. And the fact that she resigned and now, almost 3 months later, being charged with theft and fraudulent activity, MPS, again, have a seat, and let's get back to focusing on what matters the most in this situation, and that is students having access to quality public education. And salute to Aisha Carr for every contribution that she made during her service as a board member, because again, I have yet to hear any parent or student complain. If anything, they have praised her work and her service and her commitment. So salute to you, Aisha Carr. That does it for today. Up next, you want to stay tuned. We've got 9 more hours of live consecutive Black Talk Radio. We're going to be on assignment tomorrow, but you best believe, Lord willing, because I ain't got an envelope yet. Telly didn't get an envelope, so we plan on being live.
He didn't open it, so he don't even know.
Oh, that's right. He wouldn't look at it anyway. We're going to be back here on Friday. So again, tomorrow we're on assignment again. Tony Smith, thank you so much for guest co-hosting.
Yeah, thank you.
We will see y'all on the other side. Up next, Sherwin Hughes.
Peace out.
The Truth Family Fest is back. If you're looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August